is one mistake meant a death sentence.
I leave you as an insult to your people. How could you fail?
Their one mistake.
Look how the band-aid. You're breaking my bleeding heart, Moose.
Was not finishing the job.
We would deliver our response. This is the Rebel Army. Pride of the Soviet Army.
First he was their weapon. Now he's their punishment. They think they control him.
Let's kick some.
Think again.
Thought you might need some help!
Red.
Deep within a bleak and dismal swamp, hidden beneath its murky waters, lies the headquarters of the most sinister villains of all time. A Legion of Doom.
Just crushed and crumbled. I'm not sure if it's safe to report from my vantage point. I really need to leave. So the fences inform me that the surrounding areas are in ruin. I see some people running now. In the opinion of this reporter, if this nation, or in fact the world, ever needed heroes, that time is now. That time is now.
The meeting will come to order. The Legion of Doom is now in session.
Escorted by their manager, Slick. Ladies and gentlemen, the Twin Towers. Okay. Just relax, man. Just relax. Relax. Man. Sit down, man. Now, let me start down here and work my way this way. The gentleman on the end, Akeem.
My creation.
Akeem is your creation.
My creation, brother.
Okay, now, he just said right on. When he came out, he shook my hand like this and did some things I haven't even seen in the ghetto yet. Okay? Where's he from?
The deepest, darkest Africa, brother. That's right, home. He live. He's a real brother. He's not a counterfeit.
Yeah.
Like that Coco Beware or somebody like that. It's a real brother right here.
So, you are a black man from Africa.
Brother, didn't the doctor just say that? I came all the way from Africa. The brother, he introduced me into the way here. Look at my clothes. I know you jealous of them. I know you want to go buy some.
He's a real brother. He's a real brother. You see it?
Okay.
Hey. Now, what you looking at right here, that's gonna be the first black heavyweight champion of the world.
That's right. Can't wait. Can't wait.
Yeah.
Let me speak to the big boss man for a minute.
Say what you gotta say.
So you got an attitude, man. I ain't even said nothing to you. You already got an attitude. Wait, okay, but it's cool. It's cool. It's cool.
All these people, man.
Just say, man.
We standing. Ask me what you gotta ask.
I'm going to the sports arena tonight to see Hulk Hogan. Will you be there?
Daggum right, boy. You gonna be there, right?
Hey, I gotta take it. He weighs 300 something.
That's exactly right. You got to take everything I say and take it to heart.
Now, are you wrestling tonight at the sports arena?
That's right. Me and my brother Akeem here are taking on Demolition.
Yeah.
We will be the tag team champions of the world tonight. You will witness it. All you people will witness it too. Got a problem, boy?
Hey, that's what we want, man. That's what we want. I want to hear the people say boo. Because we're not like Hulk Hogan and Brutus the Barber Beefcake who need the cheers of the people to be victorious, brother. We just bad.
We'll take a commercial and come back with the bad ones in a minute.
Well, I met this lady and I told her quite a story. Said I love her forevermore. But the trouble is I tell the same old story to every girl that walks through the door. You can start to see it now, brother. The big lights, the big screen, the doctor style had all this glory.
Now,
Looking good.
Wait, who named you the Doctor style, though?
Well, you know what, brother? My girlfriend took one look at me. She said she never saw a man with as much elegance. And I'm the Duke of Dignity, baby. The best dressed man in professional wrestling, and you know that, boss.
Okay, let me ask the best dressed man in professional wrestling how he
Say it
felt.
again, say it again.
The best dressed man in professional wrestling. How did you feel? And how did Akeem feel when Hulk Hogan was whipping his ass? Just a question. We'll sit him down first. Mr. Boss Man, please.
You're lucky this is your show,
Hey,
boy.
brother. Hey, he don't attack till I say sick him.
Well, it looked like he was attacking, man.
No, he ain't gonna attack me. Cause I'm still the one paying the bills, and I'm in charge, boss. You can sit down.
Okay.
Sit down, boss. Sit down. It's all right. His name Hulk Hogan upsets him, and I'm gonna tell you why. Sit down. I want to tell you why. I want to tell you why. Hulk Hogan is a hypocrite. Yeah. He's a hypocrite. Okay. Now I wish we had a part of Saturday Night Main Event tape. This man should be the world heavyweight champion. He had Hulk Hogan beat and laying in the floor.
Wait, they were up on the top of the fence. I saw it, and they both came tumbling down.
No, this was before that, brother. This was when he beat the dog out of him.
Yeah.
When I threw the chain in.
Well, see, that's not legal.
Wait a minute, brother.
That's not legal. If he's that good, you don't have to cheat, man. Wait.
Let me tell you something,
man. You're a troublemaker.
I'm just asking questions again.
You don't want to...
I'm asking questions,
See,
okay?
you're not a real brother either.
Hey,
See,
man, I'm asking questions.
That's why I had to find me a real brother. See, now let's tell you like this. In a cage match, brother, there's no disqualification. That's what people don't understand, and they think I'm riding. But, brother, I'm smart. I was fair in love and war. There's no disqualification. I could throw a 357 in there if I could have found one, brother.
That's not fair, man. You can't throw a gun into the ring. You can't throw a chain into the ring.
Who are you, man? Are you working for the WWF or what, man?
I saw wrestling all my life. I've watched, you know, and
Standing on the outside looking in, brother.
Exactly.
Let me tell you how it was.
If they're that good, why do they have to resort to those tactics? Why can't they fight without handcuffs and chains and sticks?
You know why?
First of all, boy.
Nope. Just shut your mouth out there. Punch you out.
First of all, I beat everybody I wrestle by myself with my hands. The afterbirth is the way it is. It's just punishment. And I teach them with respect for the law. That's all it is.
See, homeboy,
The way I feel.
we used to do it for the money till we got rich. Now we just do it because we like to beat people up.
I'll see you all tonight at the sports arena.
You might go
I'll be there. I'll be there.
And welcome back to the Iwar Network Tubecast. I'm your host, Alex G. And with me this evening, we got Aaron, we got Matt. What's going on tonight, gentlemen?
Hey. There it is.
Guys, let me know if my mic level is okay, because the last episode I was extremely low, and no one told me. So
Oh, I didn't know you were low.
Yeah.
No one's here to listen to you, Alex.
It's true. It's true. So
We're all here for the Johnny B news.
Speaking of Johnny B, MIA with questions. What
Not yet. Let's do what
We're
happened
10
last
minutes
time.
early, so
Checked.
maybe we'll fire one off for us.
I think he's in the middle of a game of pinochle.
Well, it brings us to our very first question, which was, what is the latest the Ida Boy has been up to answer an email and to confirm? I think I had like 1 something in the morning, but someone said it was like 2:30. They're like, oh, they got to confirm. So Ida Boy can tell us what's the latest they've stayed up. I always picture it like Johnny B's like Scrooge and Kim's Cratchit. Please, sir, I just want to go home and see my family. Shut up and finish those leads. My hands hurt from typing. So many numbers.
Well, now your back's going to hurt because you just pulled landscaping duty.
That's right. Go out there and read. Does the Ida Boy or has the Ida Boy ever had one of those, you drive through the town and there's like a intersection is an island and it says like flowers on it and it's sponsored by somebody.
Yeah.
Like if they ever like sponsored like the island like by like, I don't know, the VFW or something like that. Like
the benches at the beaches.
Yeah, probably like Worlds Unlimited or Imaginary Wrestling Association. What the
probably was it Worlds Unlimited is the official name?
Hmm.
So I do have a response from Johnny B that he wrote me was it 2 weeks ago or so, replying to a YouTube comment that we got. So the original YouTube comment was if he thought that Stagger Lee was better than Roman Reigns, and the response was he's going with Roman Reigns on this one, although Stagger Lee was never unmasked. So there you go, and that kind of segues into I know Scott had posted that clip in the the Facebook Messenger group that we're in of
Yes.
Mr. R, right? And that's a dope angle, and just bringing up Stagger Lee. Those angles are fantastic, and I do have an affinity for the baby face fooling the heels when they're masked after losing a loser leaves town match. Like those are like, there's Stagger Lee, there's Mr. R, there's the Midnight
Yellow
Rider, Yellow Dog, Mr. America, if you want to go something a little bit more recent. Those angles are always phenomenal, and I know a lot of people. I had a buddy of mine who just gets so mad because it's like, no, it's fucking Dusty Rhodes. It's like, yeah, but that's the joke. Like, they're embarrassing the heels because the heels trying to prove that they're in fact who they say they are. And Dusty did this amazing angle one time when he was the Midnight Rider, and he actually Midnight Rider wins the NWA World Title. And the big thing was, like, if it was revealed that Dusty Rhodes was the Midnight Rider, he would be banned for life, or a year, or 10 years, or whatever it was. So when he wins the title, like, the champion has to unmask to the promoter to validate who the champion is. And Kevin Sullivan's out there saying, "Oh, unmask him, he won the championship." So instead of being unmasked, Dusty had to give the belt back.
Yeah,
and that's
I will say it also that same time frame or time gimmick. One of my favorite moments in wrestling wasn't just not only when Barry Windham turned heel, but it was the enraged Dusty Rhodes under the mask storming the heel locker room to confront Barry, and then all like the wrestlers are like, "What the?" and they all jump him.
Yeah.
And it was such a raw, well done moment because it gave it like kind of behind the scenes thing where it was like, oh, there's a Midnight Express and there's like, Ivan Koloff and they're all just beating the shit out of him. Yeah. And then like Sting and Nikita Koloff come barging in, like, scurrying him away. And JD Dillon's, his mask is off! His mask is off! Get his face! It was such a great moment.
The flip side, the flip side of that angle is it's your Black Scorpion, higher power. Didn't like AEW just try that angle with like the Devil or something with Adam Cole? And those angles never tend to work because usually the payoff is not as good as the imagination. Like, for example, the Black Scorpion, and that's an angle that I was hooked in on. It was the Ultimate Warrior. That's what it was. I read the PWIs, I read the wrestling magazines, and all the hints were leading to the Ultimate Warrior.
Right.
So when it wasn't the Ultimate Warrior, and it was never going to be the Ultimate Warrior, I think at one point it was going to be the Angel of Death, or it could have been Eddie Gilbert too, but even that would have been disappointing. But having Flair be him was a huge disappointment, and they kind of like, if you go back and watch like 90 into 91 WCW, they really 360 out of that, or 180 out of that deal, and like Flair wins the belt at the next fucking like big house show, which is the Meadowlands.
Yeah.
And then the higher power gimmick, it was Vince, and that surprised a lot of people because it was never supposed to be Vince. It was supposed to be Christopher Daniels, and then they took one look at Christopher Daniels, like, you're too small to be here and to be in this high prominent position, so we're not going to use you. So, that angle, it never ever lives up to the hype, and I don't think anyone can pull it off. You would have to be like a genius, especially nowadays, with social media and everyone being smart. Like, you would have to be like a crazy person to even attempt it, and a genius to actually pull it off. But maybe someone will someday.
I would say it brings back one of my points about AEW, which I enjoy, and I'm saying this as a fan of AEW. Tony Khan's constant, like, big announcement, big surprise. Like, don't do that. Just have it happen. Just have it, because the idea is like, you never know who's going to show up. Ta-da! And instead of like, saying like, well, it's going to be this big thing, and everyone's speculating, and they're going to speculate like Batista or some ridiculously like,
it'll be Brock Lesnar.
No, right? But like, well, Brock Lesnar's a free agent. Well, yes, but he's like radioactive.
Yeah.
And that's the thing I always feel like you're better off just having a surprise moment and then drive the fact you want to get people to watch.
Yeah. I would have never put Tony Khan on TV ever. I would have had it been like, let it be Arn Anderson, or let it be, Steven Regal. Let him be somebody.
Yeah,
true.
I would never have put him on TV.
I think the last time they did a legit surprise was like that show where Adam Cole and Bryan Danielson showed up. I remember watching that pay-per-view, and I was totally shocked at the end of that, and there was like no buzz leading up to it and no leaks.
Guess when it's arrived.
Speak of the devil will appear.
IW. Oh, it's a big one too.
By the way, we are watching Memphis, and this is the Best of Randy Savage Volume 5.
Is he fighting one half of the Fantastics?
I can't tell who that is. He's probably not, because he dispatched this young man pretty quickly.
It is not. Maybe it's Steve Gatorwolf.
Are they missing the top rope on that ring?
It's Memphis.
Well, it was imaginary rope from the IWA, so.
It looks like there's only two ropes on.
You're right.
Yeah.
Pretty big crowd, though.
You get 90 people, 100 people in that studio. Look at that cop, though. That cop was awesome.
I like the audience 6 feet away from the ring, where it's just like
it's
you're gonna
shenanigans. Look at this.
See, I think a good idea would be to load the front row up with kids and women, so you look
grandmas.
much bigger.
We need more wrestling grandmas.
And grandmas, but so you look much bigger than them.
Look at Savage go with his elbow drop. Look at this, crushing it.
That was one guy who was absolutely born to do that. There's no other role for him in life.
No.
Oh, off the second rope, nonetheless.
Yeah.
That is, I've never seen that. I bet you something happened where one of the turnbuckles broke. What are we gonna do?
Probably broke.
Takes me back to my backyard wrestling days.
But I probably would have, if I had to choose between the top rope or bottom rope. If I can only choose 2 of the 3, I'm probably going top rope and middle rope.
So the second rope is technically Brett's rope. So for those who get that reference, a can of Coke to you.
Brett's rope. I don't know that one. I will say quickly, remember to like and subscribe, as always, and leave your comments below.
Yeah, leave your comments. You can ask Johnny B questions. We'll answer them.
I think the first 5 people who like and subscribe get a free bidet.
That's right. And I should mention, of course, the bidet. I was going to reveal this, but I had my opportunity to use a bidet.
Did you?
I did.
My man.
And it's cold. If to give you an idea, picture the cold water that comes out of the bubbler, and goes right in your butthole, and it's like, yeah! And then you're waiting for it to end, and it just keeps going.
Why won't it end?
I used to do that in my swimming pool, but I feel like now, how do I say it out loud? It sounds weird.
Afterwards, I was told, "Oh, you can make the water warm." Something that could have helped before. Now I
have a cold option, is what I'm wondering.
I have a clean butt, but it's frozen. So
it's maybe for those people that have the hemorrhoids or something. They want to.
We should mention tonight's show is huge. We have the results from the winter cycle. We have hot off the presses trivia Q&A from IWA. Hot off the presses pay-per-view result from the CWL. The 2023 award winners. I'll go through those. We can list those off. So big show. Big show.
This is the big show.
On this show, we will announce the teams for the Lethal Lottery Trios Tournament. Trifecta. I did something different. I found a website that you can plug in the names and hit set many teams, and bang, your teams are all set up. So
Scott used to do a pretty good job drawing the names, but he can't be here tonight. So I mean, a computerized version of Scott is almost just as good.
Yeah, that's right. Robo Scott. It is. Scott is actually almost being washed away right now in California. He had more rain today. I feel bad.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. So, let's see here. Let's look at the chat box here. Mike Swanson, Mr. Mason, welcome. Let's get some Lance Russell footage. I love Lance. Lance Russell is my favorite. Grandfatherly, shaking as he commentates when he gets angry.
Yeah.
Angry at Lance Russell is like,
come on, guys.
Yeah.
Get out of here with that stuff.
Terry, come on. Yeah, gosh darn it.
No one in the entire planet has anything bad to say about Lance Russell ever.
No, that's good. You like to hear that. He's still alive?
Nah, he passed. He recently passed. Dave Brown is still alive, though. But
he must have said something bad about Putin. They took him out.
I think Dave Brown is still the weatherman.
Is he really?
I think so.
Well, I heard he had some bad words for Putin, too, so he's probably not long for the world.
There he is.
Yeah, I'm going to fall out a window.
Well, would be the first.
K&E Hour. What's up? Hey, man. Just so everyone knows, you can always post your questions in the box or below in the comments, or you can email them to us if you think of them later. That's cool, too.
Yeah.
We get a notice when comments are made in this section. We try to be timely about it. Like, I just finished a draft on Wolfgang Krauser for the Iwar image machine. So I'm working on his next wrestler, Count Dooku, next. You'll never guess what he looks like.
What league are those guys in?
The NWL. Alex?
Oh.
I dig it. No, the goddamn should be the freaking National Wrestling League, but it's the Nuve, and Nuve sucks. Fucking change that fucking name for the fucking Christ Almighty.
He's the guy. I'm calling it WWF. I don't care.
I still call it WWF.
We're gonna get sued.
So I organized my wrestling footage, and there doesn't say WWE on it. It's all WWF there, buddy. Although I never knew quite exactly how exactly they were an actual federation, though, because like a federation is not what they were.
Right, like a collection of groups or whatever.
Yeah, like I don't know where they got that name from.
Oh, they weren't even that when Vince Sr. owned it?
Yeah, he was the WWF.
There's a fantastic interview with Andre the Giant where he calls WWW like 6 W's.
It was the Worldwide Wrestling Federation for a while. It was Capital Sports before that.
Ah.
Nice.
Based out of Washington, D.C., by the way.
There are no Worlds Unlimited, buddy.
No, that's for sure.
Did
I
you
want to
get
get a Worlds Unlimited T-shirt.
Ooh.
Just kind of walk around with it.
Worlds Unlimited.
Put that on the notes.
I'm putting it on my notes.
Show notes.
Show notes. I get. The hell does that say? Oh. Well, I'll figure out tomorrow.
Buy milk.
Unlock prisoner in basement. Oh boy. I think the NWL results have changed.
Sorry, wrong show.
Uh-oh. We got hot breaking news.
Oh, damn. I don't see anything on my end.
I just refreshed the NWL page online.
Oh, damn.
So I see a new TV champion.
Oh.
Damn. That's
I see some movement.
Bowel movement?
I have the old one up here with the old results.
Oh, not as crazy as I was expecting.
No. Same Battle Royal winner, right? No.
I think it's a different one.
Battle Royal winner. Look at that.
Oh, yeah.
So a little bit of point. I haven't done the points yet today, so it makes me happy because I haven't done any stat scoring yet.
Six man is different.
Oh.
What's the latest that the IWA have changed the result?
Gotta be next day, right?
I would have to assume so.
I know personally, this is like when I.
Ryan probably haven't tried to change the result 3 weeks after though.
Wait, I play IWA. Is that Johnny B? That's Snook. That's Snook. The ultimate weapon.
It looks like Big Ben.
It is Big. I'm sorry, it is Big Ben. Nook's the bald one, right? Or sorry, Nuke, not Nuke.
He's gonna be upset now. You upset the man now.
I changed the results again. Fuck you all.
He's drunk with power.
Oh yeah. All right. Well, let's. You want to get to Q&A? Hanging out.
Swamp Sock Jr. made it onto the list on this version as well. He wasn't on the old one.
Oh, all right. Well, it's not Johnny B. I'm Canadian. I play IWA. Oh no, it's Happy Anderson.
Is it from the I Play IWA Twitter account that I follow?
When I created them, I got kicked off Twitter, so I can't get it back in. Oops. Oh well. Anyways, all right. So,
Truth Social for you, buddy. Only.
Yes, right. Truth.
That's where.
That's
where you're gonna go.
Oh, that's what we need. We see the giant in the middle of the screen right now. Back in the days when
it's
they
used to. It's a big show, guys. It's a big show.
Yeah. He's got an old school laptop out, furling his brow frantically acting like he's answering fans' emails.
Clearly on CompuServe.
Someone just asked him ASL in a chat room. That's going way back for you kids. Ask your dad.
I should have went to prison.
That was my favorite ASL. Is that far from like wherever? Like, no, you go away. All right, so you want a Q&A?
Q&A.
There's actually an opening statement from Johnny B.
Oh,
so.
no. I'm in trouble again. Johnny
B. Jr. During the previous episode.
We should let the listeners know that if our feed gets cut, just remember this date and this time.
That's right. This is going to be well. During the previous episode, Matt accused me of making a typo in my correspondence to him, but it was actually a reference to IWA superstar Suyu Pai. I guess someone doesn't know what's going on outside the BRL, and while I'm on the subject of the Michigan Border Patrol, I would like to publicly congratulate manager Adam Kleinow on coaching them to their 5th World Six-Man Championship, and mention they just retained their league trios with another 521-pointer. Is number 6 a mere 9 days away? If so, or not, or even if not, I'm sure Adam would appreciate it if his wrestlers' names were pronounced correctly. The Tubecast hosts have done a stellar job on both Windsor, Detroit, and Suyu Pai, but On Point Edward's last name is intended to be read as it is Port Huron. Port Huron.
I read at a 3rd grade level.
Like
what do you people want from me?
Rather than Port Huron, at least Adam can take comfort in the fact that his team gets mentioned for reasons other than pronunciation of their names, unlike Nuke the Secret Weapon. Oops, I actually typed Nuke instead of Nook. Oh well, Raleigh would say it the other way. That's true.
He's taking the task today, buddy.
I know, yeah. Johnny B getting the whooping stick out. Question asked by Alex. Alex asked, how's the attendance of the match cards calculated? That's my best Alex. I tacked on, in the times of the matches. Johnny B. Jr. Prior to the spring 2019 cycle, the attendance numbers were chosen completely at random. That fateful tour, the Attaboy's own Jeremy Workman suggested that the results would look more authentic if we based the attendance on league activity. Great point. His improvement now rewards commissioners who can make their leagues more exciting by giving their shows more fans in the seats, which makes their bulletins more prestigious. Worth a lot more on eBay that way. As the match durations, those are based on the point spreads. The lower the difference between the points between competitors, the closer the match and the longer it takes for the final victor to emerge. Main event matches can be twice as long because no true wrestling fan will be content to pay for a night of solid sports entertainment at some place like Madison Square Garden and instead be forced to witness the sight of, let's say someone like Bob Backlund losing his title in less than 10 seconds. Just as a hypothetical.
I wasn't at that show, unfortunately.
Were you?
No, I was not.
Oh. Just as hypothetical.
Supposed to be, though. That's a whole other story.
No. Match times for squash matches are shorter because it is such a contrast. If such a contest drags on far too long, one begins to wonder if the jobber is incredibly tough or the attacks from the obvious eventual winner are just so incredibly weak. Which reminds me that the Tubecast viewers are still waiting for some Brad Blaze footage. No, that didn't work. Question. Matt wondered how many hits the special deals have been generating, the one for the new and returning players as well as the deal for managers who are reactivating wrestlers in the Graveyard League. Johnny B. Jr. Unfortunately, most hosting companies now require their customers to rely on third-party analytics solutions, such as Google Analytics for those customers, and our own web host recently joined them. Oops, my thing's moved. On the dark side, frequently deleting the data unexpectedly and not retaining it for very long when they do collect it. Since we're not willing to compromise our players' privacy by exposing their participation in this 100% socially acceptable hobby to sinister outside forces, we're now in the dark with regard to our website statistics, despite being fully on the light side of the issue. So while we can't be certain of the number of views the PDFs are receiving, we at least know how many have taken advantage of the deals, and Kim will be keeping Matt apprised as things progress. Side note, so as some of you know, I put an ad on Facebook.
For sex.
Can I tell you, some dude posted in the New Japan Wrestling subreddit that he was like, hard man in the Jersey area looks for like he thought it was a New Jersey sex site and it was
Japanese women.
Yes, and he posted and the people just responding like it was beautiful because they were like, "Hey man, good on you," but it's like this is a wrestling site. You probably still found the post. So let me get to it here. The numbers are stats from the collection of the Endeavor. It was $30, and it got me like I think. The way they do it is you have like so much per day, so like 1,000 per day. So I'm gonna really lower this down, but Alex will probably be able to tell us. The reach was 32,000 and change. The impressions were 49,000 and change, and there were a total of 600. I put the Idaway website in the ad, and there were 669 link clicks. So 669 people out of those we reached out to went to the Idaway website. So,
which that's the number you want to look at.
Yeah. So that was the honeypot number. As far as I know, I think about 3 or 4 people have taken the different deals, but we'll get into that later on. But it was look. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna try it out, see what it is. But you can put up like I did $30 or whatever, but you could put like $10, $20, and you basically get your money's worth in traffic, because like every day it would say like you had this many people saw your ad, this many people actually clicked on it or whatever. So it was kind of neat, but good exchange. Anyways, so that's that. Okay, an unnamed Iwar player queried, "How do you go about doing interleague matches?" Johnny Beak Jr. Only league commissioners may sign interleague and interfed matches. Once again, only league commissioners may sign interleague and interfed matches because they take longer to process and are more complicated, since we need to ensure that all relevant strategies are in place before the matches occur. All combatants must belong to either the same federation or federations processed earlier in the cycle, since those in later federations will be stuck using strategies from the previous rounds with the current hold values. We prefer the wrestlers be referred to by their full names with their ID numbers, but it's not Mandalorian, another typo. Oh, rest in peace, Carl Weathers. I'm tired.
I think Matt's been replaced by an AI bot.
Which is quick side note on AI. I guess last year someone made a video of AI generated video of Will Smith eating spaghetti. And it was terrible because it was like, so Will Smith today this weekend videoed himself eating spaghetti and made it look like he was making a gag of it. Like, oh my God, Will Smith.
Slap anybody while he was there?
So that's important because I think like in the old days with the Johnny B Cup, I used to send in all the matches to the other way. They must have hated that because it was like so many matches between different leagues. Now it's like I just use the strat totals. It's much easier to run. But it's good to know that commissioners can send those in, and it's good because it makes it a little more rare when they do happen. We are still kicking the tires on the idea of an Iwar-wide pay-per-view besides a Magic Clash, so that's out there. But anyways, now if you'll excuse me, some of my employees did make actual typos this cycle. I need to buy some more wire hangers. Johnny B, laying down the law. Oh boy. Whew. Wow. All right.
That's fair.
Yeah. So there's a DeLorean. Is that Knight Rider? Who's that?
I believe that's Jim Varney.
Jim Varney, the guy from the Hey Vern.
Yeah, Ernest.
Ernest, yeah, with hair.
With hair.
Wow. All right. Well, there's our Idaway trivia.
There it is.
Thank you once again, Johnny B, for answering those.
So what has been the largest attendance?
Oh, ever?
Yeah.
Good. I'd say probably, depending how long it's been in place, the BRL cycle had 205 cards, maybe, because it was by the time they were using that formula. So, yeah.
Yes, Ernest was supposed to be in Back to the Future.
Hey, Doc.
He's never did any other films outside Ernest when he started doing Ernest, right? That was basically it. He's done after that, right?
He did the Beverly Hillbillies movie.
That's right.
He was Uncle Jed.
Yeah. Jed's dead, baby. Well, wait. How do we want to handle all of our various things tonight? Do you want to read the results first?
Yeah,
do you
let's go through. You want to start with the NWL? Let's start there.
Yeah, Aaron. With your brand new results. Surprise, everybody.
Yeah. All right, so breaking news, as you heard earlier, we've got a fresh set of results. It's 8:18 p.m. West Coast time, so that's got to be like 4 a.m. or 5 a.m. East Coast time. I'm not quite sure on the geopolitical side of things, but anyways, as for the updated results, we've got New Wave League 214. Let's just do a quick read of the 97 cards, 770 matches, 18 Battle Royal entries, some really strong numbers. We currently have 24 active wrestlers with 1 transferred in, 4 transferred out, 6 new wrestlers, and 0 removed after matches. So for NWL 214, the winter cycle, we've got league champion Jailbird Smith, TV champion Killer Creed, Central Plains champion from the Battle Royal, the reprobate Lanny Tiage, East Coast champion Mike Rampage Sanders, Great Lakes champion from the Battle Royal, Slapshot Chris Samaki, Mid-Atlantic champion from the Battle Royal, Rocking Ricky Starr, Northeast champion from the Battle Royal, Bullwhip Billy Burns, Pacific Northwest champion from the Battle Royal, Swamp Sock Jr., Rocky Mountains champion, Brooklyn Gregory Sanderson, Southeast champion, the diabolical He-Man Hoven.
Son of a bitch.
Southwest champion from the New Money Inc. stable, we've got Thomas T.D. Banks. Also the NWL X1 champion. West Coast champion from the Gatekeepers, which I thought that stable was defunct, but I think Krakatoa's keeping the flame lit for that one. West Coast champion Krakatoa. League Tag Team Champions Slapshot Chris Samaki and Brooklyn Gregory Sanderson. TV Tag Team Champions Dr. Stephen C. Farr and Jailbird Smith. League Six-Man Champions winning 5 free matches El Grandioso, Hillbilly Voodoo Docs Holland, and Dr. Stephen C. Farr. TV Six-Man Champions Mike Rampage Sanders, Killer Creed, and Jailbird Smith. And the Battle Royal winner in this updated NWL bulletin, which you can find at playiwa.com. Make sure you get the updated one if you're using the title page for title shots or for TT in any way. The Battle Royal winner, we've got the reprobate Lenzi Tiage.
So upset right now.
So that's NWL 214. Anyone out there, NWL players or otherwise, make sure you hop on the IWA website, grab the updated bulletin. Otherwise, I think things are looking really strong in the NWL right now. We've got some great TT happening. We're working our way towards the Collision Course 4 pay-per-view. And in this bulletin, we also announced that we're going to start lining things up for the 2024 All-Rookie Cup, which is a really great event, very prestigious. Last year's winner was Norman the Loon Kevkis. We've got a really great crop this year of NWL rookies, so I think it's going to be a really fun event. Make sure you TT and let Commissioners Donnie B and Mac O'Brien know that you want to be in the tournament. And yeah, I think that's about it for the NWL.
I dig that. So next up, let's see, what do I have? Let's do CWL. Continental Wrestling League, number 317. Your league champion, winning 10 free matches. The American Patriots. TV
Ooh.
champion, the Major, Benny Factor. United States champion, the Genuine Artificial. Yukon champion, Nick Jackson. Caribbean champion, Drake Fontez. Amazon Basin champion, Nature Boy, Phil Landers. British Isles champion, Bloodsucker, Mosquito. Arabian champion, Spanish chef, Casey Delos. Or if they make empanadas. South African champion, Battle Axe. Siberian champion, Mike Drake. East Asian champion, Alex Von Schnapp. Oceania champion, Morning Person, Early Riser. League Tag Team Champions, The Major, Benny Factor, and Genuine Artificial. TV Tag Team Champions, Axel Von Schnapp and Alex Von Schnaps. League 6-Man Champions, winning 5 free matches, The Major, Benny Factor, Nature Boy, Phil Landers, and The Genuine Artificial. TV 6-Man Champions, Axel Von Schnapp, Alex Von Schnapp, and Alex Von Schnapp. And your Battle Royal winner, winning 25 free matches, American Patriot, was good for 35 free matches this cycle. Congratulations.
Damn.
Just killing it overall. And this cycle was their pay-per-view.
Yes.
I think I have the results here. I think he has it in the chat box. Let me scroll back up here.
I got him here too if you need him.
Okay. Got him. So Vindication, CWL Vindication results. We had the Zodiac Horoscope defeating the Red Scorpion with a 493 to 492. Professor Aldrion defeated Barry Stevens and Thrash on a point flow. So Algernon challenges the CWL Internet title at the Allegiance pay-per-view. JGC defeated Big Bad. I guess that's Bob, right? It's in there?
Yes.
Okay. Muriel Puddings and Yoga Puddings. GC challenges for the CWL World title at the Allegiance pay-per-view. The Von Snaps defeated the Immortal Dynasty and the Nutty Bunnies with to retain the CWL 6-man titles. Millennial Reigns defeated the Von Snaps on a point flow to retain the World Tag Team Championships. The American Patriots defeated Zeb Martin, retains the CWL Internet Championship. And Fabulous Harry Hertz defeated Hotshot Eddie Gilmore to be the new CWL World Champion. Did it with a 485, by the way. So,
oof.
I don't know what happened with Hotshot this cycle.
Eddie Gilmore broke his leg on the way to the ring, apparently. He got hit by a bus.
Well, that's a good question. Like, with that result, does it change the way you're going to write that match? Because it would for me.
BRL. Yeah.
It would for me 100%.
It was injuries, yeah.
Yeah. So like, or it's a quick finish, or like a spear jackhammer 1 2 3 done scenario. Obviously, like what I used to do is when I look at the point totals and I actually use them, the closer the match is, like the more competitive that match would be. You know what I mean? So if someone's like winning by 1 or 2, like that's a really competitive match, and it really came close to the wire there. So I would take heed in those results when doing match write-ups, which we haven't talked about match write-ups in quite a while. Probably the appropriate way to do those, and maybe one day we'll do a show kind of going back to basics on that and really looking at what people should be doing if they're interested in doing match results or having results in their TT or having a match write-up on a pay-per-view. Some things I would definitely take a look into, especially if you're a newer player. Just get in the habit of writing those, because like they can really tell a story for you, and they can really set up things for a feud, either ending a feud, continuing a feud down the road. So I used to do match write-ups every cycle for a time. Like I used to have
Maniac.
I used to do and it was funny. It was all squash matches. It was just a TV show, but I was able to weave kind of the angles throughout that show and really kind of explain what was going on. So there'd be run-ins and all kinds of fun stuff. So take heed. So if your commissioner does match write-ups, contact your commissioner. You want to be involved. Because you don't want the commissioner, writing all the match write-ups now, because that's not fun. You want to definitely have your input in there, and you want something specific, tell somebody.
Quick side note: it is now 11:27 p.m. Eastern Time. Yeah. Just got an email from Adigway about the NWL.
Is he emailing you in real time? Is he listening right now?
Johnny, please! I just want to go home to my children. Finish the goddamn thing.
God bless us, everyone.
I don't like driving in the dark. You can't drive with 2 black eyes either. Oh, no.
Wow.
Got dark quick.
That's going in your next TT, isn't it?
Yeah.
I do want to know what was the most outrageous TT he's ever seen that he had to ban. Like, he's like, I can't print this. Like, that has to be a story there. And was it involved with Matt and Scott doing something insane?
That was Johnny B. Senior. That poor man. The things we used to say. One time we put a promo together, and we slipped in all kinds of names of porn movies, and it was just. I forget why we were doing it. I think we were doing at the movies type spoof with instead of Siskel and Ebert, but it was RC and Riley, and that never got printed. We used to have.
How did he know the names?
Also, you'll see a lot of our old stuff. If you go to the bulletins, it has like the black scratch marks.
Like no.
Just picture him muttering to himself, "Fucking those bastards."
Redacted.
Redacted. Oh, I still think the only thing funnier than swearing on live TV is when they get bleeped. I love bleeps. I just think it's the funniest thing.
The bleeps are a big deal. I mean, you can use bleeps. You can use like other funny noises, like a bell or like a boing or a yawn of some sort. Probably, I don't know.
How can Johnny B be listening if Matt is Johnny B Jr.? I am not Johnny B Jr. Don't you think if I ran that way, I would have given myself the championship before, like 27 years?
He's not Johnny B Jr. He just plays him on TV.
That's right.
You are probably the official voice of Johnny B Jr. now, by the way. So, congratulations.
Yeah. Yay. So yeah, CWL pay-per-view results.
There it is.
Bitter,
so
angry.
And read the Blaze. It's good stuff.
Yes.
You know, I would have a soft spot in my heart for the Blaze.
And Jeremy slips in some inappropriate names in there too.
He does. He's a man after my own heart, to be honest. So up next, you want to do the BWL?
Sure.
Bitches Wrestling League. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
It's late.
Black Widow champion. Oh, bulletin number 32. And this is the. All right, so winter cycle here. Black Widow champion, the Gold Digger Gina Colada, and TV champion Betty the New. Battle Royal winner, also Betty the New. Japan Idol champion, Queen of the Ring, Arya Gunpowder. Joshi champion, Meat Train. Zenjo champion, Spitfire, Jeannie Briggs. Luchadores champion, Huntress. Cholitas champion, Bandita. Welcome, Bandita. Bellatrix champion, Brenda Bring to Pain. Supreme Court Justice with the Themyscira champion. I gotta rename that title. Hollywood champion, Jersey Jen Grapevine. And Sin City champion, Penny Punk. And Willowick champion, Joya Pyro. Two quick things. First, least important, there was a hockey game this weekend. The Meadowlands got converted to a hockey arena.
Half the people at my job went to there.
Okay, well, here's the thing. The TV, we were watching Ted, and the feed cut out. So we put on the regular channels, and Channel 5 actually came in really well because it's an antenna. It was at her place. So we're watching, and first thing I noticed, the picture's great. But what I noticed next is that there's like this 50 to 60 to 70 foot gap between the hockey boards and the fans. And then they had so much area like covered up. And I'm like, what the hell? They're like, well, no attendance record here. I'm like, no effing way. I was like, I would have been bullshit if I went to that game and saw all that. And they had actors playing people because they had the sides of the area around the rink, like the place we're playing on, right, were made out to be like a walkway and a path and a garden because it's the Garden State. I'm gonna shoot whoever made that happen.
So it didn't matter to the people who attended because they were so smashed because they got there at 9 o'clock in the afternoon and tailgated all day.
It was fun because the first period ends and like the Canadian player comes off the ice and they always tell they're so polite and their little accent, and then the American player comes off and like, it's fucking cold.
So here's the thing about the Meadowlands. For those of you who never, I've been there on numerous occasions. I've Gone there to see the Jets. I've been to 2 WrestleManias there. It is the coldest fucking place on earth. And you would think, oh, it's not that cold. The wind coming off the fucking Hudson rips through your body like bullets. It is that cold. So if you're ever going to MetLife, it's actually MetLife, triple layer it up, thermals, get the hand warmers. You're gonna triple up on the socks, especially. Like, it's insanely cold. I've never been so cold in my entire life. And the first time I went, I wasn't dressed appropriately, and we left like right after halftime. Like after that, like you know
buy a
better now.
sweatshirt?
Like, I bought a blanket at WrestleMania. So now every time I go to WrestleMania, I buy blankets. So now I collect WrestleMania blankets. It's weird.
Yeah.
Whatever. But it's the coldest. And I was talking to people that went. It was like, yeah, it was. And usually that's going December, January up here in New York, especially. Like February is the coldest time of year here. Like it is brutal. Like I think we're like at 22 degrees right now. So
it is here.
No, Aaron's like, fuck those guys. Those guys are punks.
Yeah, Canadians in their cold weather. So the second part of this is that the first bulletin posted today, and I think we asked this question last time. I don't think they answered it, so I'll reiterate it, was how does Attaboy figure out which league they're going to post first when they start posting the results? Do they go off of, like, number of managers? They just have, like, everyone takes a turn?
Never the CWL or IWL or BRL, ever.
No, BRL a couple of times I've seen it,
I've
but
never seen it.
I always figure the BRL is the beast. They got to wait till get other stuff done.
Well, yeah, I would assume.
But this was smart because here's why. BWL gets posted. I'm in the SOS chat, and Mike Cook posts the front page, and I'm like, oh, wait a minute. That's like, wait, I'm looking. I'm like, Gina's a champion. That can't be right. So I had just said to the guys in the SOS, and I was like, I'm probably going to suck this cycle because I went really heavy on 33s. Like almost all my wrestlers had 33. I didn't realize it till I was like, I have appointments on Tuesday, so I took a picture of my spreadsheet. So if I was out and about, and if my results came out, I would check my phone and see how I did, whatever, right? So I look at Gina's strategy because I'm just kind of curious, like, and I'm like, so I'm doing her numbers, and I'm like, ooh, it's getting really high. And it was a 501, and she has 26 at 10. I'm like, holy shit. So, like, if you're trying to get a report hit and you want to try to, like, win by flow, you want to have 26s at 9 and 10. So I was really happy about that. And hopefully it holds on and wins. I'd love to win the women's championship. That'd be nice. But it led to other drama later on. We'll get to when we cover other leagues. But BWL-wise, I wanted to also announce that this is the first official cycle with Patrick Wallace as the commissioner. So good to see a nice big... We hit our Girls Gone Wild cycle, which for those of you who don't know, the BWL has a set feature where it's $5. You get 6 matches and a Battle Royal entry every cycle. Bang, bang, bang. So we're doing these Girls Gone Wild cycles because players were like, hey, we were going to have a chance to spend more money and do more matches. And it was like, all right, so I don't know how often Patrick will do these, but we had 51 cards, usually average about 20, 22. So not even, it's you don't go there for the big matches, big cards. But,
by the way, not to interrupt, but playing right now is highlights of Bill Dundee versus Jerry the King Lawler, which might be the greatest wrestling match of all time, period.
Oh, love those matches.
So like,
I love like the ring so bouncy. Just
they do something here that you don't see a lot in wrestling anymore. It's what I call the accumulation of damage. So at the end, they're just haymakers and just punching each other. Like all the fancy shit went out the fucking window, and now there's just 2 guys fighting for survival.
Yeah, that's
5-star match, by the way. Meltzer rated it.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it really is like. Because I feel a lot of wrestlers don't use that. I always use the example of acting class when a professor talked about, like, if you are shot in a let's say in a play, right, and you're watching this play, and the guy's been using his left hand the whole time, and at the end he grabs the guy with his right arm, and he's like, I'm going to kill you. You're, like, just taken right out of it. Yep. Wrestling's very similar. If someone's working your arm or your leg the whole time, and you do your power slam move and don't show any, like, you don't even have to have it give out all the way, but have it give some of the way, or, like, favor it, like, it's such a good quality to have as a wrestler. It just makes it so much more enjoyable. And that kind of exhaustive thing, like NJPW is good at that. Anyways, what else is going down in CWL? Well, we should announce that Mike Mason has returned last cycle. So the infamous Maniac Mike Mason, Mike freaking Mason, is back.
He's a problem.
So he's a problem. He was a maniac. I believe he killed some children at NWL. It was a horse.
Ate some children.
Both. You know, I don't know. But it was one of my favorite characters is back. So yay. Anyways, that I won't go too much more into CWL stuff, but that was that. But BWL wise, just please check out the bulletin. And if you're thinking we have some new players coming in, we're always happy to have more players come in. Patrick Wallace again is the commissioner now, so I'm happy to help. I'm kind of passing off. Oh, we also have another wrestler, Drusilia the Dragon. Very nice. Oh, and Lionheart Caprice Kingsley. That seems like a name change to me, but I'll take it. It's good to see new names in there, new faces. So keep things going. So, anyways, that's the BWL for you. How you like them apples?
Applesauce, bitch.
So, are you doing the IWL?
Yes, I could do the IWL.
Dick.
Still my favorite logo in the history of the IWA, by the way. So just want to put that out there. Independent Wrestling League number 187 on the Undercover Cop. League champion, Namiha Bogtrotter. Television champion from the Battle Royal, Father Arturo Bartolo. New York City champion, Johnny WrestleFest. Los Angeles champion, Highlight of the Night, Johnny Vegas. Boston champion, Firebird, John Satterfield. Detroit champion, Ravishing Rex Chambers. Cleveland champion, The Lunatic Matthew Grabowski. Dallas champion, Duke Smacktalker. Memphis champion, The Golden God, Brady Buckshot. Miami champion, Blackjack Robertson. San Francisco champion, Dance Macabre. Chicago champion, Death Valley Drifter. League Tag Team champions, Americano Hank Henkel and the Americano Buddy Donner.
Yes.
TV Tag Team champion, Inspector Henry Taylor and Constable George Campbell. The League six-man champions winning 5 free matches, Suyu Pai, Windsor, Detroit, and on points, Edward Porthunan.
I think it's Port Huron.
Porcupine.
What port are you on?
Pork rinds. So I recently purchased pork rinds for the staff at my job because I'm in charge of snacks.
Do you hate your coworkers?
They love them. I bought them because they were on sale, and they went through them so fast. I'm like, holy crap! So, there you go. TV six-man champions, Donathan Annihilation, Roseva Voronov, and Sinister Sean Brutal. Battle Royal winning 46 free IWL matches. Father Arturo Bartolo.
Some nice cheddar right there.
It is. That's a good amount. Nice. It seems like they got how many cards? 88 cards. That's real solid. So nice to see the IWL on the upswing. So it's my forever home. So I always have a soft spot in my heart for the IWL.
Yeah.
All right. I, in fact, do dig that. So what's next up? What are we missing?
We're missing WTL. I can do that one.
Yeah, let's do WTL.
Actually, Aaron, you want to do that one?
Sure. WTL. Let's see.
Are we not taking over the ASL yet? No.
We're still in talks.
Let the body get cold first.
Oof. Getting me in trouble already.
All right. So Western Trails League number 89 for winter 2024. Western Frontier Champion. We've got Nasty Neil O'Donnell. Lone Star Champion Wayne Shatterday. Central Plains Champion Texas Jesse Tombstone. Mexico Champion from the Bunkhouse Brawl Geronimo. Dodge City Champion Shotgun James Carnage. Tombstone champion, Atomic Shogun, Prairie View champion, who wins $25,000 iCash and 5 free matches, Mid-South Maxwell. Widowmaker champion, Lance Pants.
Sorry.
Badlands champion from the Bunkhouse Brawl, a person. Cripple Creek champion, Tim Pressive. Southwest champion from the Bunkhouse Brawl, Justin Kyle. Chisholm Trail champion, Steve Baston. Western Frontier Tag Team Champions, Texas Jesse Tombstone and Shotgun James Carnage. Lone Star Tag Team Champions, Zephyr and Jahari. Western Frontier Six-Man Champions, Zeepo the Clown, Meepo the Clown, and Beepo the Clown. Lone Star Six-Man Champions, Texas Jesse Tombstone, Blackjack Robertson, and Shotgun James Carnage. And the Bunkhouse Brawl winner, Geronimo!
Wow.
Fantastic.
Oh.
So, Matt, what's going down Iwar wide?
Well, I haven't done the BRL yet.
Oh, son of a bitch.
That's why I was like, oh. Just so you know,
So many leagues.
about WTL, that Ryan's triumphant return as a commissioner hits round 2 here, and he
Is James Bossy back?
No. Who was he doing? James Ross, not Jim Bossy.
Oh, okay.
James Ross. But yeah, so he's back.
That's what I meant.
I know what you're saying. I hear you. I follow you. Anyways, just make sure you guys get involved in that. He's working up some stuff. It's some tournament stuff coming up this cycle. So
Ryan is the master of tournaments and big events. This is who I learned from. So
that's right. So
dig that.
All right. So
BRL.
Let's see. Confirmations are already being abandoned in the SOS chat. Someone's got a confirmation at 11:44. So, they're like, I'm telling you, Kim's locked like the movie Saw. She's a chamber. You don't get to leave until you
Are we
finish.
giving this poor woman night differential?
Maybe.
We call the Department of Labor.
We just thought Kim was a name. We didn't know it was a real person. All right, so BRL. Tour number 615. League champion, that no good bum Hillbilly Kevin, with a 501.
Son of a...
This plays into it later on. He wins $25 in out-of-bid credit. The Battle Royal winner, also winning $25 in out-of-bid credit, Winnipeg Wookie. The TV champion, Monster Truck Tanaka, also a 501. I'll talk more about that in a second. Central Plains champion, Stevie Vertigo. East Coast champion, Lau Blau Lamataki. I don't know how you say that name. Someone let me know. Great Lakes champion, Leon Sputnik. Middle Lakes champion, Bizarro, the schizophrenic clown. Northeast champion, Winnipeg Wookie. Pacific Northwest champion, Alligator. Rocky Mountains champion, Flashy Jack Ferdinand. Southeast champion, Ghostly Shadows. Isn't that guy dead? Southwest champion, Crusher, Nutella. And West Coast champion, the Samoan Assassin. Tag champions win another 5 free matches. That's the 3rd cycle in a row. The Samoan Assassin and Toa Noah, Samoan Death Grip. The BRL TV tag champions, Ross Von Atkinson and Marshall Von Atkinson. That's right, the Von Atkinsons have arrived. The 6-man champions, Tiny Jeronin, Crusher Nutella, and Lobo Lanamaki. Bastards. The Polar Circle, as they were. And the BRL TV 6-man champions are Mannequins 1, 2, and 3. So, to quickly cover this, so I mentioned earlier in BWL, I got the 501. So, what I often do is I use the same exact strategy for 2 of my wrestlers, except for, like, I kind of mix the holds up and maybe give them one different move. And the thing was, this time I forgot, so I gave them the same exact moves, but they weren't in the same exact order. So, that meant that I knew Monster Truck Tanaka had a 501, so I'm like, hot damn, he's going to be BRL champion. I go to look at my hold placement, and holy shit, he has 26s at 9 and 10. I'm like, oh my god, I just won my second IWA championship. I can't believe this. I don't want to jinx it.
He's gonna cry. He's in tears.
Too late. So I get out of the meeting I'm at, and I'm shopping in this Bob's clothing store. And I check my phone, and it says gold results. So I pop open the email, and I'm waiting. I go right to the BRL tab, and it says league champion Hillbilly Kevin. I'm like, what? Wait a minute. I had a 501. So I see he has a 501. I'm like, okay. So the first thing I do is I go back, and I'm like, all right, let me double check. I had taken a picture of my spreadsheet, so I look, and the hole's the same. So I know he has the exact same point value as Gina. I go to my email, and I look at the sent file, and I see what I sent the IWA. Because in the past, I'd made a mistake once where I made a mistake, and I was like, oh, I had a 501. And they were like, yeah, you had a typo. And I'm like, oh, sorry. Yeah, forget about that. Sorry, Kim, chained to the desk. So I looked, and that was fine. So I emailed them like, hey, I know you haven't sent the results out yet, but BRL-wise, I noticed the results I have has a 490 for Tanaka. He should have had a 501. So they were like, oops, we'll checking that for you. And sure enough, they had to replay and add that in. And now he became the TV champion. He bumped out poor Stevie Vertigo. Sorry, bud. But even though he had a 501 with a better flow, because I was talking to Dewey later, and I'm like, he's like, oh, man, I didn't have a perfect flow. I got a 501, though. I'm like, I know someone who had a perfect flow. This guy. But blocked out. So... no, but the TV title, a good shot at US, no doubt. I would love to win the US. That's still fine. Still good. And storyline-wise, Monster Truck Tanaka beat Greg Garner for the TV belt, so it works really well that way. So that was cool. Yeah. You know, it's just, you know, you play off what you have happen. But I was like, oh, man, did I make a mistake? And I'm in my head, I'm like, what if I forgot to send the match in? What if I forgot to sign the match? He was number one contender. I know he must have sent the match in. So, for a few minutes before I got the email folder open, I was convinced that, I had not sent the match in. Uh-oh. Guest star.
There it is. There it is.
There's. Say hi. Say hi. That's Martini. You mad? She was sleeping, so she's, out of it right now. I can actually hold her, and she'll be okay.
She's a Tanaka mark.
Who is it?
I know. All right, you gotta get out of here. I know. That's all right. I know you're pissed. So, anyways, that was my whirlwind of which is actually the second time I thought I won the IWA Championship and didn't, but that's okay. I always say too, even when you think you've won something, until you get the email from the IWA that says, congratulations, you won blank free matches for winning the blah, 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 or you've won this title and that gives you this many free matches. Don't count your chickens, right?
Don't count your chickens before they hatch.
Yeah, man, just brutal. So,
what do you do with non-hatched eggs? Do you eat those?
You throw them at people.
It's fair.
I'm just saying. You do what my friend did in high school, where they waited at a bus stop, and one kid waited, and as soon as the bus stopped and opened the door, they all popped out of the bushes and threw eggs at the driver. Oh, growing up in the Boston area, fun times.
You and Ben Affleck, Matt Damon, Marky Mark, your whole crew, right?
That's right. Yeah, they're about my age.
Don't forget about Donnie Wahlberg.
No one gives a fuck about Donnie Wahlberg.
Hey guys, what's up?
Quick related note: if you ever go to Wahlburgers, their hamburgers are very good, but it's mostly the bun. The buttery bun really makes the burger pop.
They opened up one around here, and they closed it very fast.
Did they really?
Because no one gave a fuck.
Yeah. It's read the room, Yeah. Read the state. So, anyways, let's see. This cycle coming up is going to determine the results of the WrestleMania matches. So, if you go to the commissioner's page in the BRL, you're going to see I changed the format to the report a bit. It used to have to be very kind of casual, scripted. Now it's kind of blocked, where it's kind of just break things down into nuggets. So it's still easily to digest, but gets the point across again. And that's right. Who is the real father of Hio the Teamster? It's not the Teamster. So, more of that.
See you, Lucha.
It's an Idaway superstar, but who? Yeah, I mean, I haven't even read the results, like as far as like the trash talk or anything. So, building up to the big show. So, anyways, that's the BRL. IORY. Do you want me to reveal the teams for the Lethal Lottery?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So, the Lethal Lottery is one of our most popular events. It was created from the mind of Scott Franklin, one of our IOR creative team members. He's on a hiatus in the game right now, but he came up with this idea a couple of years ago, and the idea was to kind of make like random partners and then have a tournament where they go along, and then the winning team goes on to face the champions. So what we do is, unlike like if you win the Murano Memorial, you get a World Tag Shot, but you fight in World Tag rules. So it's a Team Flow versus Team Flow. In these events, the winning team faces the champions in the Lethal Lottery format, where it's you stack the strategies and combine them for your score, as opposed to like head-to-head flow. So it kind of gives the challengers a little bit of advantage, because even if the champions have a better flow, it doesn't matter if their teams are all 492s, because I've seen it happen where like a team's like a 49, 42, 493, but like their flow is worth 521. So this is going to be for the Lethal Lottery Trifecta. This is number 3, and we'll be running this event. This is free. It's a free event. So what I did is I picked wrestlers from players, and the idea being kind of wrestlers you don't always use, or if you have only one wrestler, I kind of stuck with that guy. But here are the teams. So, team number 1, Big Guns Greg Gunnar, Double R Rob Ratliff, and the Chameleon. They face Group 2, Hio the Teamster, Greg E. Money, and Steel Cutouts. Team 3, Dark Danger, Jailbird Smith, and Swamp Sock Jr. face Agent 26, Lanny Teague, and Mark Justice. Team 5, Dr. Stephen C. Farr, El Grandioso, and Ghostly Shadows. Team 6, Mike Mason, Big Bad Bob, and JGC, the all CWL team.
Oh.
Team 7, Grand Ramada, Ace and Eights, and Mr. Pennynickel. Team 8, Uncle Randy, Mike's Rampage Sanders, and Super Dragon. Group 9, Zanroar, Johnny Vegas, and Norman Kevkis. And the All Insane team. Team 10, Stevie Vertigo, Zeb Martin, Blackjack Robertson. Team 11, RJ Gallo, Doug McMaster, Father Conrad. Team 12, Suyu Pai, Double D Christoph, FJF, Flashy Jack Ferdinand. Team 13, Wolfgang Krauser, Leon Phoenix, Chester Manning. Team 14, Hawaiian Heartthrob, AJ Hammer, and Wolf.
Oh.
Team 15, Timothy Zastampowski, Punk Rock Mike, and Mike Drake. And the final team, the Red Scorpion, Hate Clown, and the fabulous Harry Hurt.
Oh.
So there's your teams.
So is it who's the favorite going into this, you think?
It's really hard to say.
Some strong teams there.
Yeah, I'd say with the way Greg Garner and Chameleon are doing, they're probably a strong anchor for that team. I don't know. I gotta pop this into a email to myself so I don't lose these teams. That would be a very big bummer. All right, good. Get that. I gotta populate this. I might shake it up a little bit, but we'll most likely be the teams will stay the same, but the format might change a bit. Because I always feel bad when teams like they just run into a buzz mill and they if the second place team had the second highest strategy, but they faced the top team, it's like, oh, what a bummer. All right, so that's that. Now, the awards. The awards. Let me get that open here. So, as seen on the Idleplay homepage, the Iwar magazine number 204, the winter edition, featured our 2023 annual awards. And there was a big change. Now, if you've already seen this, that's fine, but I'm going to review the rewards and talk about how we changed things up a bit to add an MVP category. So the idea was that, it's kind of redundant to have, the Iwar Wrestler of the Year is also the guy who won Wrestler of the Year for the league anyways. So I thought it'd be kind of cool to make like an MVP award where we kind of recognize players who really play the storyline style that we talk about and focus on, and kind of, recognize their play. So here are the winners of the awards by league. Do you want me to do any league in particular first, or?
I think start NWL. I think we always start with NWL.
Yeah. All right. So, New Wave League. Alex's favorite.
Gross.
Tsuyoshi Mazuko. I hope I say it. Mazuku. Mazoku. Mazoku. Sound right?
Sudoku?
That sounds right.
Okay.
Mazoku.
He was the Wrestler of the Year. The 235 points. Fantastic. And it should be noted that the Yamazaki Corporation, Doug McMaster and Rachel Yamazaki, were 1, 2, and 3 in the league. I don't think that's ever happened where a stable has finished 1, 2, 3 for singles wrestlers. Tag Team of the Year was Future Man and Mongo, now known as Professor Algernon. The Six-Man Team of the Year was The Institution, Norman Kefkis, Future Man, and Mongo. Rookie of the Year was Future Man with 215 points. And the most improved wrestler was, I'm going to say it wrong, but bear with me, Principe Oscuro de Sangre. So
that guy.
He had 140 points, but he really, both in like storyline and in performance, really improved throughout the year. So well done. The NWL Manager of the Year was Tom Flesher, who ran the Yamazaki Corporation. Most popular wrestler was Mike Rampage Sanders. Most hated was Greg E. Money. Most inspirational was AJ Hammer. The feud of the year was Double D Christoph versus Krakatoa. The match of the year was Greg E. Money defeating He-Man Hoven and Anthony Roberts in the Young Lions title match to become the new champion. Barry the Pony was the non-wrestler of the year. And Greg E. Money turning on Team Johnny B to give control of the NWL to his children was the moment of the year. So there's that. All right, which league should I do next here?
IWL.
IWL. Wrestler of the Year, Father Arturo Bartolo.
No!
Should be noted, 240 points. He was actually tied with steel cutouts, and it took a 7-cycle tiebreaker to finally determine the winner.
Wow. Four league titles.
Yeah. He went on quite a run for a while there. 13 and Christopher Kane were the tag champs. I'm sorry, tag champs. The tag team of the year. They've been inactive for quite a while, but they had quite a serious run where they won 3 tag belts and won 3 out-of-way tags. So it was like bang, bang, bang. The Von Schnapp brothers were the trio of the year, so hooray. Su Yu Pai was the IWL Rookie of the Year. He was only 180 points, so he was 60 points behind the overall Wrestler of the Year, but still really impressive. Hiroki Fuji was most improved. And if any of you longtime followers remember, Hiroki Fuji is one of those guys who's been just working at it for years. And it was really nice. He had like a huge league title win and a Metro win. The Manager of the Year in the IWL was Adam Kleinow. The most popular wrestler, Soyu Pai. The most hated wrestler, such a shame, the Chameleon. Bastard.
What a dick.
Yeah. The Inspirational Wrestler of the Year was the Dream Aliatari. Feud of the Year was Michigan Border Patrol versus A Taste for Violence. Match of the Year was Suyu Pai defeating Barry Stevens to win the IWL World Championship. The Non-Wrestler of the Year was the Tastemaker. And the Moment of the Year was the Chameleon attacks Colt Sawyer and puts him through a table. That was new commissioner just getting settled in, and the Chameleon put him through a table. Poor bastard. All right, next league.
Let's do CWL.
All right, Wrestler of the Year, Nature Boy Phil Landers. Tag Team of the Year, the Von Schnapps, Alex and Axel. Trio of the Year, Immortal Dynasty, Phil Landers, Benny Factor, and Artie Fischel. Let's see here. Rookie of the Year, Hotshot Eddie Gilmore. Fabulous Harry Hart was most improved. Greg Kosick was the Manager of the Year. Most popular was Maskamillion. Hopefully he returns. Phil Anders attacked him and beat him so badly he's left the league. So hopefully he will make a return to get revenge on Phil.
That's fair.
Most hated, Barry USA Stevens. Most inspirational, Big Bad Bob. Feud of the Year, Millennial Reign versus the Von Schnaps. Match of the Year, Eddie Gilmore wins the War Games match to become the champion. Non-Wrestler of the Year was a tie between Lazarus Lane, the new commissioner, and Samantha Soley. She's back in action, that's right. A character you created, Alex.
I did. There's a whole backstory.
Oh, yeah. And the moment of the year for the CWL was Lazarus Lane buying and rebooting and rejoining the Iwar with the CWL. All right, where are we headed to next? What league?
Let's do WTL.
All right, Western Trails. Wrestler of the Year, Atomic Shogun.
This will be the Western Trails Heritage League, by the way.
Western Trails, yeah. Tag team, EC Rot and Savannah Dexter. Six-man team of the year, the Clowns, Meepo, Zeepo, and Beepo. Rookie of the Year, Cowboy Schlitz.
Malt liquor?
That's the one.
Yes.
Most improved wrestler, Outlaw Ace and Eights. Manager of the Year in the WTL, Larry Sullivan. Most popular wrestler, Sean Cordova. Most hated wrestler, can't believe I'm saying this, Senor Lucha.
Son of a bitch.
The man of the people and his testicles are booed mercilessly. Most inspirational, Lance Pants. The question of who he is and what he has in his pants kept the fans rooting for him and us to find out. Feud of the Year, Mr. Penny Nickel versus Cowboy Jim Spur. Can I tell you this? He was solely built around Spur's mistaken feeling that he had money taken from him by Mr. Penny Nickel, and he kept kicking people in the crotch till he found him. Jim Spur running around the league punching and kicking people was just fun. Match of the Year, Cowboy Schlitz defeating Tommy Maddox and Ruby So Hold Up to win the Commissioner Championship in the finals. The non-wrestler of the year, Senor Lucha's testicles. That's right, the Waffle House waitress turned valet, Miss Tess Tickles, is loves her man. And the moment of the year was the Bandits stealing the WTL Commissioner reports. Bastards. All right, BWL?
BWL.
All right. Wrestler of the Year with a whopping 340 points, Meat Train, 4 league championships, 8 regional championships, just a machine, cranking them out. Big and meaty.
I like it.
Rookie large. Rookie of the Year, that's supersized. Rookie of the Year, Rudy Groove. Most improved, Rachel Van Dorn. Manager of the Year, Rob Lawson. I think he had a belt like 14 or 13 of the cycles, like just an amazing consistency. Most popular wrestler, Aria Gunpowder. Most hated, Gold Digger, Gina Colada. Most inspirational, Wildfire, Betty Red. Feud, Barbed Wire versus Rachel Van Dorn. Barbed Wire came out of retirement and allegedly beheaded Rachel Van Dorn's agent.
With a lightsaber?
Yeah, it's tied up and legal. Match of the year, Aria Gunpowder defeating Penny Punk and Gina Colada in the Triple Threat title match. The non-wrestler of the year, Chip, the beheaded agent for RVD. And the moment of the year, Betty and Gina win the IWAR tag belts for the women. So that leaves us with the BRL. So BRL Wrestler of the Year, Monster Truck Tanaka. 210 points. And then we had Tua Anoa and Samoan Assassin, the Samoan Death Grip with the Tag Team of the Year. Mannequins, 1, 2, and 3 with the 6-man Team of the Year, and had the most points ever by a trio in the BRL, 240. Rory McFlaherty won the Rookie of the Year. Hillbilly Kevin won Most Improved. Kevin Doherty won Manager of the Year. Agent 26 won Most Popular. Stevie Vertigo won Most Hated. Double R Rob Ratliff won Most Inspirational. Feud of the Year was Ghostly Shadows versus Author of Agony LePage Turner. Agent 26 defeating Neo Dragon in a Hell in a Cell to win the championship and retire Neo Dragon was Match of the Year.
He'll be back.
Non-Wrestler of the Year, well, I heard this rumor that his plaque is being sent around to all the managers. Everyone's signing it. Is that true?
I think everyone's teabagging it.
IWA owes me $11, by the way, for shipping.
I gotta know, Alex. When you opened that, what was your first reaction?
So it was hilarious because
we should tell people what happened. Actually,
I knew it was coming. They had sent me an email asking me for my address because I won a plaque, and I'm like, I did? It's like, oh yeah, we'll send you this plaque. Like, I didn't know what the plaque was for. I thought it was like, I don't know, most inspirational Tubecast host. I don't know what it was. So I'm like, all right, they're sending me a plaque. Okay. I look at the plaque, and I was like, oh, it says Neo Dragon on it.
What else did it say, though?
It said, Alex G, I dig that on it, which probably led to the confusion. I wanted to take it to an engraver and have it say Neon Dragon on it, which would be hilarious.
The IWA should know that you've never run any Japanese wrestlers, so
never.
I don't really know how they got that wrong.
Yeah. Oh, so yes, that's the
fact that I had it like on my desk for like 2 months.
You were sitting there going like, it's mine.
Yeah, like
I never got a plaque for anything ever.
Why shouldn't I keep it?
Yeah, right.
I want my clock.
Oh boy. So getting back on track here, Uncle McAllister McFlaherty, who helped his nephews desecrate the Samoan land, sacred Samoan land, was a non-wrestler of the year, and the moment of the year was Neo Dragon ending the 1,050-day reign, 44 cycles to those counting at home, of global champion Punk Rock Mike, and that was just such a fun ride. Now, this last set of awards are for what we call, like, they're in the current issues. You can see them. You can actually see all the previous years, so back to 2012, and you can kind of read through and see storylines develop and, you know, turns and whatnot. It's kind of a way to kind of watch how the league, the Iwar, has changed over the years. So I mentioned before, the MVP award went to the overall player we felt was really, you know, critical and like just really getting involved, trash talking, working off other players, constantly putting in effort, and that was Big Guns Greg Garner from hosting Garner. Well done, sir. Well earned. The tag team was the McFlaherty brothers, who had quite the fun feud with Samoan Death Grip. It was funny because I didn't realize that like every time the McFlahertys won the belts, I think the Samoan Death Grip beat them for them. And there's like win-wise, it almost feels like a Tommy Dreamer and Raven feud, where like he just can't beat them, but like it's still like they both had 90 points. Samoan Death Grip won the tiebreaker for, you know, tag team of the year in the BRL, and it was funny because like the McFlahertys had some high scores, but Samoan Death Grip just were like consistently like, you know, 5-14, 5-16, 5-14, 5-15, like boom, 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 boom. The six-man team of the year, the Institution. So Norman the Loon Kevkis, Future Man, and Professor Algernon, formerly known as Mongo. Their group therapy, and just they were also a very effective trio. Don't get me wrong; they won NWL Six-Man Team of the Year, but just really being pivotal to a league, and the promos top notch. Our Rookie of the Year was Tsuyoshi Mazuku, and again, let me know if I'm saying that wrong. If anything on this show, the IOR Tubecast prides itself
phonetically. Write it phonetically.
Phonetically, Mazoku. It's like where it's if you go like LinkedIn, it says someone's name, how to say their name, like, or whatever.
Oh, they have a Crystal Lake TV show coming out soon on Peacock.
Yeah.
Hope there's titties.
I don't know what just happened.
We need Alex back in the IWAR.
We do. Well, we're working on it.
Not in 2024, guys.
Right. Most improved Nightmare Court. So, Hombre Muerto Aziras and Príncipe Oscuro de Sangre. Along with, I should mention, I believe Scarlett Breyer, right, was our third member?
That's right. She's in BWL now.
She just won the Women's Championship out of way.
IWA World Women's Champion.
So well done.
There it is.
Manager of the year was Mike. I'm going to say this hopefully well. Mike Patualia. He runs Punk Rock Mike, and just between his, holding that belt for so long, and just constantly doing promos, involving players, doing his best to keep people involved. Well done. Most popular, fabulous Harry Hurt. And Harry Hurt, if you're not in the CWL, stop by. He's been doing like a retrospective, like Harry Hurt's history, and it's really fun to read. It's a lot of little gems in there. Most hated.
485 this cycle.
What?
There's 485 this cycle.
Oh, well, hey, any port in a storm.
Happens to the best of us.
If and me more often.
Yeah,
most hated. This will make Jake happy. The total package, U.S. mail. The former postal worker who demands people thank him for his service because he was front lines delivering the mail. I love writing him. One of my favorites. And the name just so. Someone was talking about Canadian mail service earlier, and they were like the damaged package Royale mail. Yeah, I like that too. That works too.
That was
Canadian
good.
Brother. Inspirational. Chester the Convict Manning. He went inactive, but hopefully we'll get him back. But he did some really good work. Feud of the year, I think Neon Dragon versus Punk Rock Mike at Agent 26. That whole story of, Neo leaves the IWL. He shows up in BRL. He talks shit. He's going to destroy Punk Rock Mike. He wins the Rumble and hurts Agent 26 in the process by eliminating him last and injuring him in front of Punk Rock Mike. He faces Punk Rock Mike at a Magic Bash. He defeats him for the title in a brutal fashion. And then Agent 26 earns the right to take the championship match at Autumn Anarchy and wins the belt and retires Neo. Just like roller coaster. Match of the year. Double R Rob Ratliff winning the World Championship for the Iwar Championship there. It was a fun ride. I think we're all rooting for him. Non-wrestler of the year, Donnie B, the Johnny B's devious daughter. And the moment of the year, He-Man Hoven fools the entire NWL. So those of you that don't know, He-Man Hoven was doing these promos where he was, what would you say, like a teenage kid, like adult?
Yeah, totally.
Just super ignorant, and kept asking Rachel Yamazaki to be his valet, just really rude. and Tom and Rachel was like, "This is rude. This guy is an a-hole." So the whole entire night, he just keeps asking and asking and asking, and then there was this press conference, and at the press conference, he snaps, and he has reveals that actually he's not an idiot. He's been doing this whole entire thing to distract her to get to Mazuku. And he had Ericophobia jump Rachel from behind, so she renewed that rivalry. So it was all like a big, big, long angle thing. But I got more messages from players being like, "Holy shit, He-Man Hoven's evil." So he wasn't like some goofy kid. He was just this evil bastard, which was fun. A little twist there. But those are our awards 2023. And again, I would suggest if you want to really have some fun reading and kill time, and I know it's small print, but the good news is you can make it whatever size you want. It's online. There's a lot of fun reading in there. You can see the past winners, some of the great names we've had pass through our doors. So thanks all that took part. And of course, if you want some little chuckles, there's the Iwar meme page.
Those are great. Always lots of laughs there.
Yeah, we try. Yeah, so there it is. And I think that's making my list of lottery, awards.
Usher hugging Alicia Keys. IWA players to hold 90.
Yes. It's true. It's our favorite. 25 every so often gets us with a 28, but even a 90 at 43 is still worthwhile.
That's right.
So. Yeah. And we're always looking for help on our creative teams. The NWL is kind of going through a process change.
Get involved.
Yeah, so if you want to get involved, be happy to help us. I'm actually working on a new page for the Iwar magazine. It's going to kind of talk about all the Commissioners Champions and help us kind of put a better focus on the championships that go on and the Iwar championships.
Like an
and all
almanac?
That. Kind of. More of a, remember the PWI page with the rankings? Well, we have that in the back, but that's kind of like off live rankings. This will be more like geared towards storytelling rankings, if you will, as far as like, you know, who this belt is, blah blah blah.
And if you take over the NWL, you can rename it National Wrestling League.
That's right, Alex. That's right. I will say
It'll
this:
be the Nocturnal Wrestling League.
You'll pry it from my cold dead hands.
That's right. If anyone wants to be in the Johnny B Cup or the Marana Memorial Tag Tournament, you have time to let me know. The deadline to sign up is March 4th. The first round is our next cycle, which is March 12th, which will be our next show. So, you know, you'll see the matchups then. I usually like to have the matchups posted earlier, so I might try to actually post the matchups like the week before Gold runs on like that on my homepage, so you can kind of see who you're facing, which is a little unusual for us, but I think it'll be fun to kind of get more people involved that way. But if you want involved, it's only $1 per entry, so it's a really good deal. There it is. That's
it is.
I think that's all I got.
That's it. You can't. That's all I got. So I can't get no more.
Right.
That's fair. That's fair. Right now we're watching Carlos Colon taking on Randy Savage in Puerto Rico. Someone might actually die. The blood is flowing.
Did I read somewhere that Macho Man started in like the late 70s ish?
78, 79.
Yeah, with his family's outlaw promotion.
Yes, that's ICW.
Ah, right.
So, and he was always Randy Savage for some reason. He didn't go by the Pafo name.
You can go by the Pafo name. What kind of business is that?
He also played for minor league baseball for the Cincinnati Reds.
Right.
All right, guys. So we are officially out of time. So for Aaron, for Matt, I'm Alex G. Have a good night.